Self-awareness is a superpower. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. This video is about Mercury and Aries. So Mercury is the planet of communication, and Mercury, being known as the king's messenger, the closest and fastest planet next to the sun, being Mercury, when Mercury is in Aries, this makes a person who is very straightforward and direct in their speech. Someone that could easily offend others, because with Mercury being here in Aries, Aries is the sign that I like to say that jumps in the swimming pool and then realizes there's no water in it. So that means that Aries doesn't really take too much time to analyze and ponder information. So with Mercury being here, this means that people with Mercury and Aries are pretty much original in their speech. This is someone who's going to tell you how it is and be straightforward with you. So do not go to a person with Aries and Mercury for any advice if you are not willing to take the brutal truth, because they're going to give it to you. And there is no, what's the word? Like, basically, there's no bad intention here. They're not plotting. It's like as soon as it comes to them, it's like they're letting it out. What just came to me is that people with Mercury and Aries would make great channelers. Great channelers, because people with fire energy tends to just have this natural knowing when it comes to intuitive and psychic abilities. And I feel like having Mercury here, it's like this person is able to tap into the source, and as the information comes to them, they just let it out. Where, say, another Mercury in another sign might want to question the information and filter it through, where Mercury and Aries will just give it to you straight up, just like they get it. People with Aries and Mercury, people with Mercury and Aries, I feel like can be misunderstood as argumentative, because if the person with Mercury and Aries states a point and they feel like they're being challenged, they feel like you are challenging them helping you to understand them, or them trying to share their point, will come off as if they're trying to fight with you, like they're trying to war with you. When really the Mercury and Aries person is not that they're going to war with you, it's just that they're so passionate about whatever it is that they're saying. And it's going to come out with all the fire, all the intensity, all those warm emotions involved, and it's gonna hit you real hard. Their words are gonna hit real hard, and trust me, it's not intentional. That is just how Mercury filters through this energy. People with Mercury in Aries can also be really funny people and fun people to be around, because as I said earlier, their speech is very authentic, it's original, and it's not filtered. So because it's not filtered, them just sharing what's on the top of their head could be extremely funny. You know, a person that has their sun in another sign, say for example Taurus or Pisces, with their Mercury in Aries, will finally understand why, basically, who they identify themselves as, and the kind of information that they take in and their speech, why it's so different. Because as a Pisces, say for example, you might identify yourself as a peacemaker, someone who's very loving and warm, but then find that others take your words, take offense to the things that you say and the way you communicate. And it's like, I don't understand why, like, people think I'm fighting with them when really I'm just expressing myself. So that's how you can identify as one thing, and then your words come off totally different. Like, say for example, same thing with Taurus. You know, your words in Aries come off as like, yeah, like very direct, very pushy, when you are very laid back, chilled, relaxed, and not argumentative at all, but people mistake your words that way because that's how they're filtering through. Another thing with Mercury in Aries is that the information that you might consume might be, you might love watching things that has to do with sports or anything competitive. Things that have the information that has to do with like you as an individual. You might love learning about yourself, learning how to evolve, how to be better. Maybe you are into fitness, so you like to learn how to lift weights, how to eat better, but you might find that you enjoy consuming the kind of information that will teach you a lot about yourself, teach you about business, teach you about entrepreneurship. Whatever it is, basically the information that you like to consume is one that has to do with empowering you as a person and on a whole. So whether you are watching businesses about videos, it's like you're being empowered by that. Or maybe you are watching videos about sports and competitive things. It's like just watching that makes you feel at home, because Aries is a very competitive energy. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, and the planet Mars is a warrior. The planet Mars is a shrewd businessman. It's a CEO. You know, it's the athlete. It's the competitive athlete that wins all of its competition. So basically, with Mercury being in Aries, it's like all of that information is something that feeds your soul. It's something that you connect with, having Mercury in Aries. So my advice to anyone with Mercury in Aries is to try to learn from past communications. Observe how much your words or the way you communicate work for you. Based on past experiences, if the way you've communicated has always worked for you and you don't see a reason to change anything, then don't change anything. Keep communicating the way you've been communicating. But if you honestly see that the way you've communicated in the past hasn't worked for you, meaning you burned bridges that you didn't mean to burn, and just you realize that you rub people wrong, then something that might help to do is filter your information first. Make it your duty to think about things before you say it. Like, try to filter things through before you share. Or say if you know someone that you can run things by, run it by them. Because I could relate to this energy for the simple fact that even though I don't have Mercury in Aries, I have it in Scorpio. And Scorpio is a lot like Aries because both are ruled by Mars. Difference is Scorpio is more calculated than Aries, where Aries is just direct, straight to the point. Let's do it. It's done. That's Aries. Where Scorpio might be more calculating, but at the same time, even though I have that calculating way about me, I could still be harsh in my speech because I also have Aries rising. And having Aries rising, having Aries in my rising, like whatever is in your rising, it influences your entire natal chart. So being direct and impulsive and straight to the point is something that flows in all of my chart. So I've been referred to as being a pushy bitch in the past because I'm so direct, I'm straight to the point, like, let's get it done. To where sometimes when I'm having conversations with friends, and you guys with Aries and Mercury, or Mercury and Aries, might be able to relate to this, where I'm like, okay, get to the point. What's the point? And it's not that I mean to be rude, and I need to learn from this myself, because sometimes I take too long to get to the point because I feel like the story is necessary. But yeah, with that Aries energy, it's like, get to the point. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So with you having Aries and Mercury, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, like, that's what's up for you. And I want you to drop me a star in the comment box below, because you like to get straight to the point. So if you're here at the end of this video, then that says a lot. That says that, you know, I did okay. But yeah, Mercury in Aries is a straightforward, direct communicator, someone that could be really funny, or someone that could be really intimidated depending on who it's around. To me, this is almost like a child's energy, where think of children, they are brutally honest. That is no difference for the Aries. So Aries is like the child. It's the first sign of the zodiac. And being that, you know, Mars, being that Mercury is here in this Mars rule sign, you're going to be a lot like the child, brutally honest and direct, and it is completely innocent. One thing you can do with this energy is to pretty much, like I said, well, I said it all. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it if you like it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I look so forward to seeing you in the next video.